welcome everybody. Welcome back to our continuing podcast episode of Visit Pikeville Now. Once again, I'm joined by Jill Dotson, who wears many, many hats for the city of Pikeville. We're going to talk about some of the things, some of the great things that are going on. We talked last time we were here. We talked about some really cool things that are happening. We've got a lot of things happening now, Jill, don't we? I mean, it's August. Kids are back to school. By the way, your kids went back to school. How was that?
Kids went back to school. I have one at the elementary and one at the high school now in junior high. So that's been a bit of an adjustment for us, especially at drop off in the morning. But
Sure.
everything is going well. School's off to a great start. I would love it if we went back like in September so we could have a little bit more of the summer weather. But no, they're back in the full swing of things and enjoying all their new classes and their friends. And obviously the oldest one is at the junior high this year. So he is really in a different world, but having a
Sure,
great time.
sure. Well, on that note, we always like to make sure that when people come to Pikeville, we want to make sure that people have an enjoyable experience. But on that note, we want to make sure if you do come to Pikeville or are driving downtown, please pay attention to the rules of the buses and be very cautious because we got little kids running around. We just want to make sure that everybody's safe and happy. So on that note, I just wanted to make sure a public service announcement brought to you by me. So
Yeah, if you're out traveling early in the mornings, just beware.
exactly.
Beware. They are moving.
So we were here last time, so one of the cool events that just happened the other day that people could talk about, or we'll be talking about, is the new bear. So
Yes.
the new bear is at the police station. It's an homage to Scotty Hamilton. It's bear number 111, which is Scotty's thing.
Right.
And if people want to see that, they can go right to downtown to the police station and right off of Hamlin. They can go in there, which is what I did the other day. Tell a little bit about that.
So that bear has been a little over a year in the making. He is absolutely beautiful and so well done. Damon Farmer was the artist for that particular bear, as he has been for a lot of our more embellished bears, Hatfield McCoy bear, Banjo bear, the Moonshine Bear, a lot of the ones that have the clothing and the very intricate work he has done. He is from Central Kentucky at Shade Tree Studio and really put a lot of time and energy into making sure that Buster Bear, he's also named for Buster Edmonds, who was a former police chief years ago who recently passed away, was exactly what we wanted him to be. So he is outfitted in a Class A police, Pikeville Police Department uniform. That is an authentic uniform we ordered from the same company that was made to fit him. All of his hardware is real and original, and he is just beautiful. As you mentioned, he is at the Pikeville Police Department. He will live there,
Right.
just inside the lobby. So what everybody needs to know too is that lobby is open all day, every day, including Saturday and Sunday. So if you go by there and you want to see him, all you have to do is just step in the front door, and you can take your photograph.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a great photo opportunity.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think Chief Reed told me that Buster, his unit number was 111 as well.
Yes.
So there's a lot of correlation between Scotty Hamilton, whose unit number was 111, Buster, whose unit number was 111,
Yeah.
and now the bear is unit number 111. So it's a full circle. So that's a cool thing. So
Yeah, a few years ago, we added Mackenzie Bear. He is our fireman bear that is at the fire station. And so obviously the police bear was the next in line, and they're just beautiful works of art and sculptures. They're very detailed, and we're just thrilled to add him as the 24th bear that we have in the city that people can find and follow and have their photographs taken with. People love the bears, and we're just happy that he is finally home and in his place, and we look forward to the next one.
well, you mentioned photographs. One of the other things, I was downtown earlier this week, and there were some U-Pike students who were coming back or doing whatever they're doing, and they were taking pictures with the bears. And then I told them to go down 2nd Street and get pictures across from the App Theater there for the umbrellas. And they were like, so I walked down with them and made sure I got they were a cute couple. So I got their photographs with them. So that was cool. And just this past weekend, the Cuffs and Hoses event happened. So I know it's too late for people to attend that, but the Cuffs and Hoses is a fundraiser for first responders to go out and buy toys and gifts and stuff for Christmas time.
Yeah.
If people wanted to donate money or time or effort to the first responders event, how can they do that? Is there a way that we could do that?
Yeah, Cups and Hoses is one of our favorite events. So it is a all-day block party, started at 4 o'clock, and then there was a race that evening starting at 8, a 5K and a 10K, and it's heavily participated in. It raises wonderful money. We have a golf scramble coming up that will also raise money for Christmas with a first responder. And then on the 23rd, a full day of softball, a lot of fun at Bob Amos Park. So that is the Christmas with the first responder softball tournament.
So
Also raises money.
what do people have to do to get involved with that tournament? If I mean, can folks say I want to be part of the tournament and
Yeah.
pay their fee to get in there? How do they do that?
So if you're a golfer or if you want to enter a softball team in that, all you have to do is call Elizabeth Thompson at the Pikeville Police Department. You can see Charlie Sexton for the golf scramble at the fire department.
Right.
Or Tyson Lockridge is a great one to call at the police department that will help with the softball, get you in the right direction with the softball tournament. So those are just things that raise money, and all that money goes toward providing Christmas for over 100 children in Pikeville and Pike County at Christmas. So we raise money all year long for that. If you cannot participate in any of the events that we have and you just want to donate to that group, you can certainly do that by calling Elizabeth Thompson at the Pikeville Police Department or see any of the officers there, and they'll point you in the right direction.
And people can go to the Facebook page and
Absolutely.
get information on that as well. So that's a good thing. So couple other things we got going on. You've got the state fair is coming up. Tell me what you're going to do with the state fair next week or this week.
14th through the 24th, we'll be in Louisville with the City of Pikeville Tourism, talking about all the wonderful things that Pikeville has to offer. Not only will we be talking about just the geographic location of the region and how fall is the big time that people want to come to the area to hike, to kayak, to fish, to explore. But they also come for the great shows at the arena. They come downtown. They come to tour the distillery and all the fun things that we have here in town. So we'll be there for 2 whole weeks. And this is something we plan for every year. We've done this for, I think, 6 years now, just as a City of Pikeville Tourism entity booth. We have a 10 by 30 space right there in the Pride of the County's exhibit hall. So if you're in Louisville or if you take a day, just come see us, stop by. And we really enjoy the state fair because so many people that have ties to Pikeville will come by and say hello, want to look at the pictures that we have. We really have our space outfitted in such a way that we have the Hatfield McCoy Bear this year. We have one of our benches.
Sure.
But we also have a 360 camera that we use at a lot of our different events that will put you right inside the Pikeville cut through. So that is a favorite activity that people do at the state fair. First time was last year. But they're just amazed when they hear the story of the cut through and they get to stand literally in the middle of it and have their photograph taken. And then we send those videos to them straight to their phone.
Right.
So it's a wonderful way for them to understand, hear about the cut through, and then, a lot of them want to plan their trip to come and see it. That's one of the things that, I think we've talked before about that we take for granted is that we drive through the cut through every day.
Right.
And we forget what a massive land moving project that was and how it really opened up our area and all of Eastern Kentucky for commerce.
Sure.
It's amazing the number of cars that we have a day that travel through that cut through, whether or not they're coming to Pikeville to do their business or if they're going south to Virginia or even down, into the Carolinas and to Tennessee. But they always make a stop in Pikeville. So we love telling the story of Pikeville and inviting them to come and spend some time with us at the state fair. It's a lot of days, a lot of long days, but a lot of fun.
Well, the other thing with the state fair, there's a lot of competition because there's a lot of towns and main streets and stuff like that competing for the attention of the fair goers.
Absolutely.
So what do you think what you do is a little bit different because you've got a virtual thing with your 360 in the cut through. Now, we don't recommend people go in the cut through and stand there and take pictures.
Do not do that.
You will get run, as they said in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, you'd get runned over, RUND over. So, but I think that what the city does or what you guys do or what your game plan is is to do something unique and different. So
Mm.
we've got a very unique selling proposition for the city of Pikeville. And when you guys are out there, we're seeing the people, you're meeting the people, they're coming up to the booth, and then we're anticipating or hoping that they come back. So uh, going on to that, onto those coattails of bringing people to the city. There's an event coming up on August 23rd, which is the tire cleanup. So we want to talk about that a little bit and how people can get involved, and more importantly, why it's important to do that. So talk a little bit about the tire cleanup on the 23rd.
Well, the tire cleanup is something that's been happening for the last couple of years, and it's no secret to any of us who live here or people that are on the river, either fishing or kayaking or just walking to one of the inputs just to look at it.
Sure.
That there are a number of tires that are in the river from several decades ago, and they get dumped, and they float downstream, and then they get lodged in the mud. So one of the things that is so important to us is to keep the river clean and to keep it pristine in a way that people want to come and explore here. They want to come and kayak. They want to fish. They want to take their john boats. Um, so keeping the river clean is so important to us. And so we got a grant a couple of years ago to remove those tires. So with the help of the city, Pike County, a lot of different groups, some volunteer organizations, Dew Hikes football team, and their students do a day of service.
Right.
And they come and they get in the water and they pull those tires out. So right now, last year and this year too, we will meet at the Fazoli's parking lot there, just beside a fire station, number 2. And there's a path that you go down and you just work to pull the tires out. And then we store them in a box trailer, and then we move them to another location where they're disposed of and used properly to recycle.
Cycle, sure.
Which is very important for rubber mulch and things of that nature. But it's just, it's our responsibility to take care of our things.
Sure.
And so the tire cleanup is one of the great ways to do that. And we're now searching for other areas down the river, downstream, kind of floating north, of other places where tires have collected, because we've just about got them all out at the current place that we use, and we'll move on down the river, if you will, to continue to collect those. And we, if you're a community member and you can't come out on the 23rd, that truck will be there all week long. And if you want to call any of the people in our office, they can point you in the right direction. Lisa Pinson, Robert Helvey, and the county do a tremendous job organizing that event.
Right.
And it is really, it's just really something to see. But not only the tires that we do, but, if you're out and you see trash along, one of our inputs at the river, things do float. And the flood really impacted that this year. The landscape of the river has changed. The way that things have moved around has really caused some issues as far as how we get to certain places.
Right.
So it's that's something that we're going to have to adjust and work through. But, getting those tires out and having it be a continual effort, not only now, but throughout the years, is going to be really impactful for not only, what we see here, but also adventure tourism in Pikeville and Pike County.
Sure. And years going forward. If people wanted to volunteer time on August 23rd, they show up behind Fazoli's at what, 8:30, 9 o'clock?
8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. There's a waiver that you will sign. You'll receive instruction there. Anytime before then, if you want to just stop by the office, you can do that. 787 Haley Boulevard is our City of Pikeville Tourism Center. Right. You can call my cell phone, 606-213-2358. Or I'm giving you a lot of kudos for that. You can do that. Just give us a call. Or you can also shoot us a message on Facebook, City of Pikeville Tourism on Facebook, and we monitor that really closely and can point you in the right direction.
And I think the tire cleanup is a good thing. It's a responsibility that we have to not only ourselves, but the environment that we have. And when you said you're going to be out at the state fair for 2 weeks, working your tails off, trying to attract people, and you only get one time to make a good first impression. So if people do come here, they go to the Muddy Boots and ride the horses, or they do the kayaking thing, and they see a bunch of trash or tires. I mean, we want them to come back. So that the tire cleanup is a really good opportunity for people to kind of get things going on. So that's really important. And thank you for doing that. And I know Lisa was very important with that, or instrumental with that. So that's really a good thing. So another thing we got going on the 15th is Girls Night Out. So
So right in the middle of the state fair, we have a lot of things going on. But we have a great team. Let me say that we have a wonderful team, and we scatter about. It's divide and conquer, and that's what we do.
Sure.
So on the 15th, we always do a girls' night out, sponsored by the Pikeville Main Street program, for kind of a back to school event, end of summer event. So this one always has a summer theme. As always, we have the $10 swag bags that you pick up when you register at the shops at 225. You purchase the bag, you get 10 drink tasting tickets that you will then visit a lot of the businesses downtown that will have different drink stations provided by Polly Hollow. You sample the cocktails there. You come back, you can purchase an entire drink if you would like to inside the shops in a entertainment district cup that you can then walk around town with and enjoy as you shop. But it's really a way to give back to our big businesses downtown, all of our locally owned small businesses that, that are there, your mom and pop stores that are, your friends that you see at the grocery store, the people you go to church with, the people that your kids go to school with, their children, giving back to and supporting small business. So you will have 10 downtown dollars as a gift from the Pikeville Main Street program to use in any of those locations. And the great thing about downtown dollars is that you take it in, it works as a coupon, $10 off your bill, and then Main Street reimburses that business
vendor, sure,
for the number of downtown dollars that they receive. So it's free money, to them. We give back to them as part of what Main Street does. It's a wonderful way to support, to shop. A lot of them have unique items for schools. A lot of them have things that you can purchase early on if you're looking to do some Christmas shopping early, which a lot of us already are. But it's just a wonderful way to get people downtown. Not only on the 15th are we having Girls Night Out, it's a Main Street Live night.
Right, yeah.
At the arena. So if you're over there, Food Truck Friday, do your Food Truck Friday. I know you're a big fan of that. Get you a snack, listen to some music, come over and shop, have a cocktail with us, do some photos, take some pictures.
Go back and listen to more music, come back and do more shopping.
Yes.
What are the hours for the Girls Night Out?
6 to 9.
Okay, so let me ask, I don't mean to sound sexist or nothing like that, but how come it's Girls Night Out and how come it's not Couples Night Out? Or do you guys just hate men?
No, we invite them to come too, and we invite them to bring their wallets so they can help. That's all, you have been, my husband comes. We have a lot of guys that come and hang out. They love to go sip. They love to share the tickets, the tasting tickets. And, they may go over to Two Chicks and sample what they're having.
Two Chicks is a name of a store, not like two chicks standing in the corner hanging out with
company.
Yeah. Right.
Yes, they will have a drink tasting station. Go into Ivy Gray. Obviously, the shops will have one. So yeah, they like to come and shop, and then they like to go purchase a cocktail from Polly Hollow, and they like just to hang out, and really they like to shop too. So it started out as a way for girlfriends to get together in the evening, but what I love is that it is expanded.
Sure.
To bring the guys along too, and a lot of people bring their kids because the little ones love to shop too downtown. So it really is just a great family atmosphere, and we have a large convention coming in that week on the 14th for welcoming the regional Kiwanis group. It's Kentucky, Tennessee, Virginia, I believe. About 200 Kiwanians coming in to have their conference here in Pikeville. So we're really excited. Our very own Josh Kessler is the president of our local chapter. So we're excited to welcome that group in and show off what we have. It's a busy Friday night, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
And then the last thing you got going on, or that we need to talk about, is the triathlon on the 30th. So it's a swimming, biking, running thing, and it's here for people to get healthy and all that stuff. And I know you threatened to enter me into that, but I'm not going to do that.
Not going to do that?
I'll go. I'll support emotionally, mentally, and
I'll tell you what you can do.
Lay it on me.
If you want to go at any of the parts where they were to run by or bike. You can stand there.
Beer?
Well, whatever you want. I don't know if they'll take it. But just cheer them on. No, this is something Enrico Marino is, he's one of our city employees, but he is a tremendous athlete himself. And he thought, I've done triathlons before, but we have the most beautiful area.
Right.
We're a little biased. And what a great terrain and challenging course it is for athletes. So they will run on the trails. They will run in town. They will bike down Bob Amos Hill,
Right.
which is a massive,
Sure.
feat in itself. I would never do that. And then they'll swim at the YMCA. And if they don't want to do all three, then they can do 2 of those events. So the best way to do that, Tri-Pike on Facebook. You can register there. There's a QR code where you can link it to. Again, if you have questions, City of Pikeville Tourism is always there to answer any questions for anything going on that we have in the city of Pikeville. But it is, last year was really well attended. We have people come from all over that travel to do really challenging courses. And like he said, we have a beautiful area, but we have a different terrain.
Sure.
So we're happy to welcome those in. So yeah, so that's going to be on the 30th. And if you're not a runner or a biker or a swimmer and you just want to cheer them on and send them good vibes, then you can certainly do that too.
I'm a runner for my life. So, Jill, there's a lot of stuff going on. Thanks again for coming. One thing I do want to say about Girls Night Out and the 15th, you've got the Food Truck Friday, you've got the Girls Night Out, you've got music on the plaza and all that stuff. And it's the week before Friday Night Football kicks off. So there's really no excuse for people not to come out. Sounds like you got a lot of things happening. Oh, as always, you're exhausting to me. I thought I'm full of energy, but you make me look like I need 10 cups of coffee to keep up with you. Thank you for your help. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for making sure the city of Pikeville has always got something happening. And folks, visit Pikeville Now. That's all we're asking you to do. Just come by, see what we got. And if you see Jill's smiling face in there, say hello. Maybe she'll give you a ticket to Pauly Hollow to get a free drink. I don't know. You may have to coerce her out of that. Jill,
Say a swag bag for $10.
there you go. Jill, thanks again for coming by. We really appreciate it. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.